Hello, my name is Harsh and I am from E&TC batch 2020. I am here to present my presentation on data analytics lab oral examination. So, my problem statement is to create data frame and students with their roll number, name, marks, including with NaN values, and then I have to remove those NaN. Second statement is hypothesis test and list some statistical tests. Third is to explain and perform program on bar plots, scatter plot, and line. And the fourth statement is explain the concept of explanatory data analysis. So let's get started. So first, I would have to create a data frame of 10 students, which is a table uh, with the title of roll number, name, and marks, which also includes NaN values. So this is the first program. I used pandas library as PD and numpy-wise library as NP. After that, I gave the data for roll number, name, and marks, which also includes NaN numbers. So after that, I use VF, which is data frame, so that I can output the data, and I use index to more logical way of representing the table. So this is the output, and now I have to remove the NaN numbers. So I use df.drop NA so that I can remove the whole row containing with NaN numbers. So that was the first program. Now moving on to the second, hypothesis testing. Hypothesis testing is a test which can check the claims of an hypothesis if they are true or not. If they are not, then it may come in different sets. So, for example, if we take children in an area watches 8 hours TV in a week, we can check the hypothesis, this hypothesis by taking a test on 20 children. After the record, after the record is the data is recorded for 1 week, we can mean the record and compare it with the 8 hours. If they are equal, then the hypothesis is correct, and if they are not, then it may come in different sets. For example, they may watch approx 10 hours in a week. So basically, this testing does test and records two different data samples and then correlates with them. If they are equal, then the hypothesis is checked as correct. If they are not, then they are not. So next, statistical test of hypothesis testing. There are two types: Z statistics and T statistics, which are further divided in three parts. One sample Z test, two sample Z test, two proportional Z test. The other one is one sample T test, two sample T test, and paired T test. Moving on to the third problem. I have to perform bar plots, scatter plots, and line chart. So first, bar plots. It is a rectangular. It is the data which is represented by a rectangular form shape. It can the rectangular form shape length can be proportional to the data, so that we can also compare the other data sets at the same time. For example, I'll show you the program. So this is a bar. Same as the first, I used numpy as numpy library as NP, and then I used matplot library as PID. Then I gave the data for the height of the rectangular form shapes, and then I named them as ABCD. Then for the positioning of the ABCDE, we use the X position, height, in color. Then I gave the title, which can be named anything what we like, and categories, which are here, and the values. And then I displayed the whole program. So this is the output we get, the program. Moving on to the next, scatter plot. It is a presentation of data with some points. These scatter plot has two different variables plotted in horizontal and vertical axis at the same time. It can only be used when two different data types or variables are compared with each other. These type of plot are also called as correlation plot because how they correlate with each other. So this is an example, simple example for scatter plot. We import matplot library again as library as PLD, and then we give the data for x and y axis. Then it will be displayed as x and y as I scatter them for a point to be represented with two different data variables. So for first phi and 99 will represent phi with 99 at this point, which is correlation between 2 points at a single point. So this will be the output for the whole group. Moving on to the next, line chart. It is similar to scatter plot because it represents with data points, but these points are connected with a straight line. So you may guess it by the name. These lines vary from up and down because of the given data by the user. For example, yeah, again, Matplotlib library SPLT, we gave year and unemployment rate for the data, and then gave the title and categories and the values for it. So it will display the points and connect it with the different lines, straight lines. So this will be displayed. This will be displayed as lines on the graph. This was the third problem set. Moving on to the fourth problem set. Exploratory data analysis. The main purpose of EDA is to convert the data from raw material to informative material. So we have to just simplify the data and summarize it all in a small short form or visualization, which can be done by graphs or tables. And we have to use every single detail given in the raw material. So there are two types: categorical variable, which can be displayed by pie chart and bar chart, and the numerical summaries will be given as category, percentage, and proportions. Going on to the next type is quantitative variable, which can be displayed by histogram. Numerical summaries will be given by categories, percentage, proportion, just like category. Thank you.